Hello and welcome to... Wait a minute, this isn't the European Championships.
No.
What's going on?
Well, you tell us.
Is
This
it...
is the spoiler video.
Oh, spoiler video! Dun dun dun!
Right, so what's going on here then? We've set up some cards.
We have indeed.
So Dark Reigns against Targ Wars. Casual game with spoiler card involved. And we have actually proxied some spoiled cards from the future packs as well.
These are noted in the information at the bottom for you, so it will pop up when you've got the new cards and what pack they're going to be from.
Cool.
So, setup-wise then, I've managed to set up a Danny, a Stonecrows, but obviously not bestowed.
Stonecrows?
Are they not Stonecrows?
Oh, Stormcrows.
Stormcrows, sorry. A Stormcrows, Viserys,
and a Rose Road, which you've hidden out of view.
Well, I always put them down there on the bottom, but it's just, you know.
And I'm playing Dark Reigns. It's just a fun deck with, you know, some Bolton stuff. Fun. Duped Great John with Scepter.
Yep, seems good. So opening plots, we've got Time of Plenty from my side and Late Summer Feast on yours.
Cool, so what's your deck doing then? Burning?
Well, it's got Danny. It's going to be burning.
Cool.
Danny in Events and Burn. And Stormcrows that aren't bestowed, which is kind of annoying because, you know, I'd have liked them on my Blood of the Dragon turn.
You can live with that, right?
I can deal with it. I'm not sure I can deal with Intimidate. That's a little bit mean. But, you know, we'll see how it goes.
It's fine. The thing is, if you get a dragon out, or even if you don't get a dragon out, Danny can just Dracarys Great John trigger herself to kill him. Mm-hmm. So that would just make me really sad.
Good. So I was gonna let you go first because I normally don't like going first against you. However, I remembered you've got Intimidate, and I was like, nah, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah. So that's why I'm going first.
Probably wise.
So marshalling a King's Road there, and just sort of checking my gold, checking my cards.
You check your gold and your card. What are you going to marshal?
Well, that is what I'm considering.
So yeah, you're running a burn deck, a Targ burn deck.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Mind you, nice Dark Reigns with Bolton's in there. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun either.
Roos
isn't really very good against Targ because he just dies.
Yeah, he does.
Even with Consuming Flames and Danny out.
Oh, what's this, Richard?
Okay, so this is the spoiler. It's his Darzo'Lorak. So, talk a little bit about him. He's 6 cost. He's an intrigue and power Bicon with 4 strength. Unique character, obviously. Targ, non-loyal. King traded. Cool. And he has an action. Discard 1 card from your hand to reduce the cost of the next card. You marshal, ambush, or bring out of shadows this phase by 3. Limit once per phase.
By 3 is pretty awesome. The fact it's marshal, ambush, or bring out of shadows is pretty awesome. And it's limit once per phase, so you can use it in marshalling and in the challenges phase, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it does sound cool.
It does have some flavour text. Do you want to read it out?
One day all men must die, but it served no good to dwell on death. I prefer to take each day as it comes.
Cool. I do like that they sent us a card with a name that is like impossible, well, for me to pronounce. Do you think they remembered that I can't pronounce these names and they laugh at me all the time when I'm trying to do our patrons' names, and so they've decided deliberately to send us the hardest named one?
No.
I kind of like to feel like that's how they've done it.
I don't think they did that at all.
Was it just bad luck on my half?
Because they don't think about what they're giving to people, I don't think.
Do they not?
Because they gave Cincinnati Joe Nefarious Acolyte, and that got spoiled in March by someone else. So they obviously didn't think that through.
Oh dear. Well, at least we didn't get a weird one like that. So marshalling, you have marshalled a Roos and a duped Arya and a Winterfell Steward. It's now my challenges.
I'm really sad I've got no economy. That's going to hurt.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Oh no, you're still playing, you're still marshalling. I thought I was doing something, so I was looking at my cards.
I feel a little bit screwed.
You just play Bran.
Yeah, but it just takes a Danny trigger, some events, and, you know, it could hurt.
So Does Brown's interrupt happen before Danny's reaction?
Yes, because it's an interrupt.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's not like I'm going to kill him off with an effect from an event. You'd sack him before I manage to react and burn him.
Yeah, I kind of got to get rid of him on the first event you play, or the first target event you play.
Otherwise, he's just gone.
So his Dar seemed cool, right?
Yeah. Should we see how he works?
Yeah, well, he's basically a non-limited Kingsroad. Every card in your hand becomes a non-limited Kingsroad, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. You just discard a card and you've got a discount of 3, which is really, really, really good.
It would be great if there was a card that when you discarded it from hand, it just went into play instead, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You can see the synergy with Miss Sunday.
Also, really great way of feeding your flea bottom pile as well. So,
Second Sons,
anything like that. So yeah, fantastic to use with flea bottom. But then again, Targ and flea bottom just go hand in hand at the moment anyway. So he's just really going to help with that.
Yeah, they've just got one of the best solid targets in Second Sons.
So we're going to go for an intrigue with, what's his name? Hisdar. I'm just going to call him Hisdar rather than try the whole thing. So, intrigue with Hisdar. I'm trying to get Richard to kneel out. I'd like him to put Roos into a challenge so I can burn him. But we'll see if he's going to.
I'm thinking here, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm going to do a lot of challenges in this game. So I might just defend with everything to get rid of the negative part of my plot. Mm-hmm. To stop you drawing into loads of burn cards.
Yeah, I'm quite happy for you to let me draw cards.
But that 3 gold's a bit unsettling. Especially when you can just discard a card with his dart and that could be 6 gold worth of something. Although there's not many shadow cards out yet. But we have proxied a few Targaryen cards that have been spoiled in FFG announcement.
That also have ambush.
Maybe... no attachments.
Not
funny.
So you're going Reigns here. As you say, you're trying to get out of this plot, Late Summer Feast. You don't want to give him too many cards.
I thought you wanted to burn Roos.
I did.
I thought I'd nail Danny so you can't Dracarys.
Yeah. I didn't actually have Dracarys.
Damn. You've got to play around it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all 3 of the characters because...
Yes, I don't think I did.
I don't want to lose anything really from hand. And against Targ, some people just are so scared. They say unopposed, unopposed, unopposed. You know, it's fine. If they die, they die.
I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. I wanted to discard Missandei using Hisdar's ability, which just puts her into play, so that's great. So
and now you've got a reduction of 3 on the next card. You marshal, ambush, or bring out of shadows. I
do indeed. So reduction by 3, pay for 3, and popping out Drogon there, who was previously spoiled in the in Daznark's Pit pack that's coming out. And his action is he's a military icon, 6 strength, and basically when he wins a challenge on attack, you can choose a character on the losing opponent's side and reduce their strength by 4, and they die if they get to 0.
So he's really, really powerful.
There he is.
As you can see, my board don't really have any way of defending this.
Nope. So
I mean, ordinarily I could keep Roos and Great John standing and I standing and just try and defend a military challenge, but there's no chance. I don't have any control opportunities on my board.
So this is why I tried to get you to kneel out for the intrigue first. I knew that if I could tempt you to kneel out into Reigns, so long as you didn't have a Game of Thrones, then I could come in then with my Drogon and burn your Roos.
Yeah, Roos dead.
Roos is dead.
And the steward died from claim.
He did. So I'm quite happy with this. I know you're... John Umber? No, Great John. Great John is going to be intimidating getting through challenges anyway, so I figured I'd just do a cheeky power and try and nail out your board. I don't think I really needed to be honest. I don't think it was the best idea. But you're doing a military. I defend with the Stormcrows. They're taking as claim, use Intimidate on the Sunday, and that lets you get through a power challenge unopposed. So you're now on 2 power, whilst I'm on 0. And then it's a tie for Dom. So I managed to get rid of Roos, which I'm really happy about. But you are currently winning on the power totals. And Bran is still on the board, which is a bit annoying because he's sort of restricting how I can go in with those, you know, events.
I mean, he has won the strength. Targ don't normally have a problem getting rid of him.
No.
And especially Pyro Dany.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're running a lot of events to abuse her. So
in the last round, my gold was limited to, I wanted to play out Drogon and I wanted to use his effect to kill Roos. So with his star's reduction, I kind of needed to keep that 3 gold and not use it on an event. Because I thought at least with Drogon I'm guaranteed to kill Roos. Whereas with an event, surely you just bran it off. So I'm not going to be able to kill Roos that turn.
Bran it off.
Bran it off.
Wardens of the North into exchange of information.
So exchange of information is a relatively newer plot. You reveal the top 10 cards of your deck and your opponent must give you 1 character, 1 event, 1 location and 1 attachment. So I'm quite happy for Richard to give me a Crown of Gold here.
If you've got a fairly balanced deck, it's a really good card.
Yeah.
As long as you don't mind your opponent knowing what is in your deck. I guess that means less in a bigger tournament if you're playing a well-known deck. You know, Targ Wars with Burn, you know really what you're going to find in your opponent's deck. So why not run it? Maybe get 4 cards out of it. It's probably better with Beggar King, which I don't think's in that deck, but
yeah, I was going to say, I think we've got characters, locations and events here, so I'm not going to get an attachment. Give me Dragon Sight. I thought that was really weird to be in the deck, but then I realised that actually that's quite cool because with Dany you can react and kill a 2-coster basically.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it hits a lot of targets.
So I'm already planning with the Dragon Sight to try and target Arya maybe. Or at least be able to use it to get Bran off the board so I can use my Dracarys more effectively later.
Gross. The other thing with Dragon Sight is with Drogon, you know, just expand the range of targets.
Yeah, let's see here. 5 strength character. If, you know,
if they defend with 2 people to defend against Drogon, Dragon Sight reduces Drogon by 1, but your opponent's character is by 1 each.
Non-dragons, isn't it? Doesn't Dragon Sight only affect non-dragons in the challenge?
I don't know.
I think it was non-dragons in the challenge.
I think it's just participating characters, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
But whatever.
So his star, I found him really, really useful actually. Like you said, he's basically just a King's Road, where any card in your hand is a King's Road.
Your economy's sorted with him, though.
Yeah, like
as long as you've got cards, and that deck that we made has lots of cards. It got 2 coppers, 2 exchange of information, and a time of plenty just to start you off.
Yeah,
and then it runs impactful plots.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really nice just getting all those cards and basically finding Flea Bottom to do fun stuff.
And you're right, Dragon Sight is each participating non-dragon character.
Oh yeah.
Which I kind of knew that because I think George...
Well, you were just trying to convince us
because
otherwise.
George and Whammer were talking about an Only Connect answer or something like that, which the answer was Dragon Sight because it had non-dragon. And so, yeah, that kind of ringed a bell now.
So basically...
I should listen to them more, not you.
What? Wait, no. I was the one who said it. I'm right.
Makes a change. I mean, yes, I'm sorry, dear. So I've got characters out, but they're not very good, aside from Greatjon and Arya. They're just okay.
Scepter's pretty cool now. She's on 5 strength with Lady on her.
Yay.
So this is going to really help you to push your reigns through. I don't know what reigns plots you've got, but Wildfire, for example, would be a bit sad. So I've marshalled... that's a Flea Bottom at the bottom. I
mean, you do have more intrigue on the board than I do.
Yeah.
But I do have Wardens of the North.
Exactly.
And I do have a stealth intrigue icon in Arya.
You do indeed.
You've saved 3 gold, which is annoying.
So I've marshalled Illyria's Estate, which you kindly gave me. and the Flea Bottom. So Flea Bottom...
You didn't use the Illyria as a state, so I think it was the right choice.
This is true. So I'm basically holding off marshalling any characters because I want to have Hizdahr fun.
Hizdahr fun.
Hizdahr fun.
I mean, he's kind of a bit boring. You know, what's fun about marshalling characters or bringing characters out? But the fact that you can use him to discard a card at will is good. Because there are many games I've had with Targ where you want to discard the Freedmen or you want to discard Missandei, but you don't have a mechanic with which to do so. You haven't drawn your Plaza of Pride. Hizdahr is just another outlet for you to discard the card.
Yeah, so a nice thing about it too is because you can just discard that card at any time to reduce the cost of something, you're going to feed your Flea Bottom, which, I mean, at the moment mine's empty. And I can just chuck whatever I want in there and have a surprise character out to come and, you know, defend or attack with.
Yeah.
But not only that, it also lets me put out an ambush character onto the board. So I'm discarding a Second Sons.
Great.
To reduce the cost by 3 of my next ambush. Or shadows if I had one. And this is going to let me play out bloody... Come on, put it down me. I'm going to think. Rhaegal. So I've feeded my Flea Bottom with Second Sons and played a Rhaegal for 2 gold. That's all it's cost me. And that, to me, just seems like, woo? Is that not really cool?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really efficient.
So what I can do now then is I can try and defend a bit with this intrigue, at least maybe try and stop you from triggering rains, because I don't know if you've got wildfire or anything. You know, I want to stop you from getting stuff like that. But I'm also saving a gold, so if I want to get some kind of Dracarys trigger, I could try, even though Bran is on the board.
Of course, you can kneel Rhaegal. And if someone dies, stand him.
Yeah, so basically, I can try and defend with Rhaegal, see if I can get an event off to kill someone, and then Rhaegal will just restand. So
God. Rhaegal will restand if Drogon kills someone.
Yeah.
Shit.
How cool is this? So although obviously the card we're spoiling is Hizdahr, he really ties in so nicely with the mechanics on Rhaegal and Drogon and Flea Bottom, which we already had. Really lets you sort of optimise using them. So I'm playing a Dragon Sight here, which is going to reduce everyone in the challenge by 1. Well, all the non-dragons. I'm doing this because I want to try and kill Arya or get Bran off the board. Like, I do have Dracarys in hand, I remember now, and I want to use it, but I'm not going to be able to use it with Bran out. So at least by doing that, you're going to have to get rid of Bran, otherwise Arya dies. The bonus is, though, because I've still played the event, even though it's cancelled, I can react with Dany.
You can?
Yeah. So it takes me a second to twig this. There we go. So I'm going to use it to reduce Arya's strength by 1, which means that you're now attacking with 6 and I'm defending with 7. So I'm forcing you to pull in another character if you want to try and at least win the intrigue challenge. You didn't quite twig it either. So you were like, oh, I'll just win it. And I was like, ha, you don't. So you had to put someone else in, which I was happy about.
I am happy now because the one thing I don't want to do is let Drogon hurt me. So I now have more, standing military potential than Rebecca does. Because I can move Lady onto the Great John, make him 7 strength, go in with a military challenge. She's got no more gold for events. And so I can intimidate Drogon or make him defend so he can't burn anyone. So that's the sort of control you need to do.
Yeah, that was quite annoying.
Other factions can control him quite well. Like Martell, they can take his icons. With Starfall, for example, or Doran. Baratheon can kneel him. I know Targaryen do have a lot of stand, but there are ways around it.
To be fair, the stand that you'd need for Hizdahr would be like, well, I mean, if you had Plaza, you'd have to discard at least a 3-coster.
Yep.
Which isn't always fun. It's good for like your Second Sons and stuff, but generally don't want to be discarding too many big things.
You can run out of cards.
Exactly, yeah.
But you do have a lot of draw plots in Ward. In Ward, you can run double exchange, double coppers.
Yeah.
Get a lot of cards. And I've seen people talking on the Dragon's Boiler thread saying, are Targ now going to have to run higher economy plot to support the bigger dragon?
Yes.
5-cost Rhaegal, 6-cost Drogon. And the answer is
His
probably not if you run Hizdahr.
Yeah.
Because Hizdahr can play it.
The other little thing that I like about him is he's a king. So there's been a lot of King of the North plots going around recently. And, you know, shutting off anyone who doesn't have a king. Targ, before, you'd have to maybe run Beggar King, which you don't always want to have to run. Or King Viserys, who, let's face it, isn't as good as original Viserys. So the fact that you can run Hizdahr, who is not only economy, is also a king, is going to mean that you've got a bit more standing in the meta at the moment where having a king can be quite important.
Another thing is with Hizdahr, he's non-loyal. So I can imagine someone like, you could run a Martell Dragon deck.
Yeah.
Martell don't have any kings, but you can import Hizdahr, and discarding a card is also very good for Martell, seeding their flea bottom, to reduce an ambush or marshal or bring out Shadow's Effect, something that Martell will also like.
Yeah, I mean, Martell is very, very ambush and, well, I'm imagining it's going to be Shadows heavy in the future.
I mean, you can discard, I don't know, a Shadow City Bastard to reduce the cost of Ario by 3.
Yeah, and then pull in the Shadow City Bastard with your flea bottom and sack it to annoy people.
Yeah, cool. So I did the thing I said, I didn't intimidate Drogon, but Drogon had to defend.
Yeah, because
so my board lived to fight another day.
It did. I killed Viserys for claim, and that let me get rid of Lady at least, because that strength bump is a little bit annoying. When Drogon's 6 and Great John is 5, you know, I want to keep that balance. Yeah. So going for an exchange of information here, somehow I managed to not get a single event in it.
That was incredible.
Considering how many events were in the deck.
You have 12 events, that's a fifth of your deck. It's a 60-card deck.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I'd like to point out that during this game, I think I only see one Dracarys and one Dragonsight.
Really?
Like, for the whole game, which I'm not quite sure how that would happen.
You should see an event every 5 cards.
You should, theoretically, but I didn't. So yeah, that was good.
I don't really know why I played Withering Cold there.
I don't either.
I do have Rob in hand, called Rob, but I don't.
Okay.
I'm hoping I top deck some economy. But, you know, it's fine. I think I'm a little bit rattled because Drogon's really, he's a really strong card. Some people say, oh, the game's breaking, you know, this is too strong, I can't handle this. Some people just don't like playing against Targ. Like Adam from our meta, he's really, you know, Targ burn are the most MPE thing, and then he goes and cries somewhere. But some people think builders are the most MPE thing, you know, and then they go cry somewhere. But it's just a thing. It's just a really strong card.
So are you going to go cry somewhere after this game?
What?
I mean, you know, Targ burn. Are you going to go cry somewhere after this game?
Definitely not. But you just have to adapt.
Yeah.
You have to play card which can counter it.
Even though that's annoying.
No, he didn't counter Drogon at all, unless you can get into the military challenge.
No.
But yeah, that's the kind of thing. You have to start thinking of ways to combat the meta.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're going to expect Rhaegal and Drogon, you're going to have to start playing things which deal with them. Fortified position, kneel plots. You know, I
think Martell's going to become very popular because being able to take those icons is going to be fun. And also, Southern Messenger just sending a Monocon back to hand or whatever it is it does is going to be annoying.
Southern Messenger has a message for you, Drogon. Piss off.
So although, you know, we're talking a lot about Drogon and Rhaegal here, well, in particular Drogon, I think the point we're trying to make is Hizdahr really does just sort of let you do all of those mechanics. So to begin with, Hizdahr might not be quite as excessively oppressive. With Drogon and stuff it will be. Yes, I just used Hizdahr's ability in the marshalling phase. So I discarded the copy of Missandei that you gave me from hand, to reduce the next character, or I marshalled by 3.
Great.
But of course, she can just go straight into play. So basically, I duped someone, which I would have done anyway, to put in Jorah for free.
So she's really good to run 3 of in his deck.
Yeah, she's great.
As long as she doesn't die.
Yeah, that's
But you can run Fire and Blood just to put her back into your deck from your dead pile.
Does Fire and Blood work on the new dragons, Drogon and Rhaegal?
It says hatchling character. If it is
does
a
it?
hatchling character,
Okay.
they can come into play, but they're not hatchlings anymore, they're
Yeah.
dragons.
I was going to say, like, otherwise that's insane. You'd spend like 3 turns trying to kill one of them off and then just...
The other thing with
by
his
a Fire
die,
and
though,
Blood.
he does kind of encourage you to maybe, you know, crap out a board.
Mm.
So you're quite vulnerable. If I was running Valar Morghulis, they'd all be dead.
Yeah. I was quite glad that you weren't running Valar. Well, either Valar D or Valar M, both of them would really hurt the board at the moment.
I'm running a lot of Bolton stuff, so I thought I'd just try it without any Valar. Big mistake. I've got Wildfire in the scheme deck, I think, but
Oh, you do have a Wildfire, okay.
maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking like Wildfire would make me sad. I don't know who I'd keep. Because his star's so good for just repopulating the board as well. I'd be tempted to keep him.
Yeah, as long as you've got a lot of cards in hand.
Well, as you say, 2 coppers, 2 exchange of information, and time of plenty is going to let me find the things that I want.
So you keep what? Dany, Drogon and Hizdar in a Wildfire?
Yeah, probably.
Let Rhaegal, Missandei and Mormont die.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So you're doing that thing where you keep kneeling cards and then restanding them because you can't decide what to do?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate when people do that.
You're doing it!
But
you moaned in the last video.
But there's nothing I can do against Targ. I've lost.
Are you feeling NPE? Are you
No,
feeling
what
like
I'm
Adam?
feeling is this is the situation where people might think, oh God, this is MPE, this is too strong, what can I do? What you can do is you can build a deck that's better against it. Not do what I did and just pick up your random Dark Reign Bolton deck and play it against it without any teching for what you might come up against. Or if I do, at least have some experience. Look, my head's in my hand. I'm depressed. I'm shaking my head.
Aww.
I don't know how to deal with this.
It's okay, honey. I'm just going to play this every night against you for the next year.
It's fine, because I'm going to be the best at playing against it if you do.
That's true.
I'll be well prepared for the meta coming up to, Starlet by the time these dragons are out.
So I'm doing a military with Drogon and Rhaegal here, and you're going to defend with a Tumblestone Knight, and I'm going to fuck you up.
Wow.
Just, hashtag.
I'm defending with a Tumblestone Knight though, so, not unopposed.
There's this thing.
What thing?
Well, it's an event.
Yeah.
It goes, burn, baby, burn, burn.
Great.
And kills you.
You're using Dany to drop my Tumblestone Knight. That seemed a waste, right?
Ha! I have a plan. So, Drax the Tumblestone Knight. Reduce your dude by 1 strength.
Great, John.
Oh, wait a minute. Does that put him at 4? What's Drogon's reaction, honey? Is that a reduction of 4?
Well, before that, Rhaegal stands because Tumblestone Knight died from a card effect.
Yeah, he did.
And then Drogon burned what was left of Great John.
Ah,
Dracarys, Dany says.
and
And then I take a claim. And because I don't have access to a reset in this particular game, it's not looking good, is it?
No, it's not, honey. Are you feeling a bit distressed?
I'm probably complaining about Drogon.
You were a lot.
I feel like I'm complaining.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
You were getting slightly cross. Oh, there goes a hand. There goes a hand. It's like, this shit, this bullshit.
Like you're tweaking your Rhaegal, making sure they're all lined up nicely.
Well,
Ready.
it's withering cold. I need to make sure they're standing nicely and getting ready to my next challenge. Which I'm not allowed to do because you sulk off.
That's it. Game over. Cut the commentary.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/The White Walkers, and we'll get the spoiler images out shortly. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.